Hi everyone, welcome back to the Rockin Roundtable, and my name is Matthias.
And I'm Shay. Today's reaction is the first time.
Yep.
Lorna Shore, the band Lorna Shore.
Who is she?
Yeah, I always wondered, but actually I think it's a character from something.
Okay.
But that's nothing. I always thought that was Will's, the Will Ramos.
Mm-hmm.
He's the lead vocalist, and I always thought, years ago, I'm like, is his name Lorna? You know? Now, of course, I know it's not. But if you don't follow the band, you wouldn't know.
Right.
So this is our first time reacting to this band, and this is their newer release that just was released recently called Unbreakable.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know anything. I don't know if it's coming up from a new album or if the new album's already out. I don't know anything. You guys let us know below because we didn't research any of it.
Yep. We are behind, so we don't have time to research right now.
Right. So, but it just seems exciting that we can finally react to Lorna Shore for the first time.
Yeah, and I have barely heard anything from this band before. The small clips I have heard was just not really for me, but clearly they are so popular. So there's something about this band, so we really have to get into it and give them a chance. And I also saw was it like an interview, I think, with the charismatic voice?
Yeah, they are pals. So they've been on each other's channels multiple times.
And he seems to be a very bright young man.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So I really want to listen to this and, get a better understanding of this band. We do listen to a lot of metalcore and a lot of melodic death metal.
And this is one of the biggest metalcore bands right now. So
it is. And I don't know why we have not really even listened to them before, but now we're going to start doing that. And hopefully we get into Lorna Shore because clearly, based on their popularity, there's something we have missing out on.
Yeah. Well, and we are fans of brutal growls and screams and all that. I mean, we have our favorites, male and female, and but then we have our not so favorites.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. But if you're not into any of that, you would think it all sounds the same. It does not. They're all. It's all each vocalist has their unique way of doing it, and sometimes it just doesn't hit with me right. I don't know if you agree. So
no, I agree.
And he is, and Will is known for his. A lot of people try to mimic him. Or they want him to show. They want to know how he learned how to do what he does. So let's find out.
Yeah.
So all right.
It's a technique only a few people can master. So.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video. Well, we will give a reaction, our review, and our rating.
Yeah, our subjective rating.
Yes, we shall try.
Yeah.
Okay, let's roll. wow. Okay.
I need to take a shower.
I don't know where I was. I don't know where I was somewhere else.
That was
Oh my God.
so many things going on.
Yes.
I was number one. I was surprised of the mixing was incredibly good. Such a melodic song.
It really was.
Yeah, really catchy song. You know, when it comes to, you know, well, the structure of the song. I love the guitar solo. The one thing that bothered me
Yeah.
was that during the guitar solo, the drumming was just so intense. So it took away of the, because I love guitar solos. So if you have not seen our channel before, guitar solos is the heart of the song, in my opinion. I love the guitar solos, and I want them to really stand out. And this drummer, he's incredibly talented. It's like one of the most intense, talented drummer I've ever seen.
But it wasn't the entire song.
No,
it would
wasn't.
Go back and
Yeah.
forth, and you were
Yeah.
able to like catch the other parts of the song during those quiet parts.
And
it was fascinating.
That was fascinating. Was so good, but when during the guitar solo, I want the guitar solo to be focused, not the drumming.
And I think they, well, okay, you're right, but I was really focusing on the guitar solo when it finally came, and the camera focused on him and gave him his own part.
Yeah.
Like on purpose. You know what I mean? It wasn't just like, let's throw that in there. It was meant to be there.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, and this is probably their style. So I mean,
I don't know.
This is how they probably do it. But
I don't.
that was one thing that I was not a huge fan of. But all in all, very impressed by the music. Very impressed about the melodic structure of the song.
It really was.
And the keyboards.
It was like the keyboards. It was like da na 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 na, like whatever. But it was like, is that how it's on?
No,
I know that.
Not even close.
Okay, yeah. How'd it go? You tell me. Tell me. Yeah.
No.
Well then, okay. But then it was like da da da, and then it was lighter, and it was just. But it was it was like a reason for everything, and it wasn't your typical. Where you would think it was a typical breakdown. It was more like some stuff with his voice they did, and then it went, and then for a regular typical breakdown that didn't happen. It was a guitar solo.
Yeah.
I don't know their older music. I've only listened like a handful, and I don't remember like really cool guitar solos and stuff. I think it was more like typical breakdowns that the metalcore bands do, like the typical.
It was way more melodic than I anticipated.
Yes.
And I love that.
Yes.
Really, really cool. All in all, I mean, I'm wow. I want to hear more from this band.
I mean, if this is, I know all their music doesn't sound this way. So if this is like what they're updated, not updated. I always say that before. They're like maybe just their newer releases are going to be maybe a new album. You guys let us know below. But I mean, bands need to kind of change a little bit and just, but they're still going to be their genre, but just, enhance. Like a little bit more. This was the melodic was like crazy. That
was amazing.
There was so many things.
So incredibly impressed. And even though I could not hear a single word except Unbreakable.
Yeah, it was so passionate though.
Yeah. Yeah, and I get it. I get it why he, gets all this recognition as a singer, because clearly he has incredible talent. And when even people like charismatic voice,
they even go down his throat with
all this
with the
research,
camera.
yeah.
And he's happy to check it out and find out what the deal is. He's such a good person. Like
technique is just amazing.
And it's interesting because he didn't really show most of his technique, because we're not familiar, guys, but like this was our first time. So like towards the very end is when you heard a lot of his techniques, when it sounded like he was gurgling, and then sounded like he was underwater drowning, and then he was then it went back and forth with different types of. It was like there was like 10 different types. I don't know if you say growls, but 10 different harsh styles in there. Like it was, but the first half of the song was just like a standard kind of really like he reminded me of, and but in the beginning the first half of the song was. Someone who's also, I'm a big fan of his, but that's why I like Dead by April, Swedish band. I'm not too into them now, but back in the day when Jimmy Strimmel were growler, and he sounded very similar. Just the first, not the weird stuff that Will does at the end, but the standard, really brutal growls. Like was very Jimmy. So it was like it reminded him. It was like that. It was like on that level. I was like, okay, very cool. But it reminded me of that.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with that guy, so
Anyway,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's time for rating. The first time watching Lorna Shore, she was good.
Yeah. Lorna was great. She was. No.
Yeah.
And yeah, anyway, I'm definitely curious to go down the rabbit hole further.
Yeah.
And then we will check out websites and things like that later.
Yeah, I want to hear more, and also we always say this, but I want to see this band live.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
To hear his voice and the entire concept of this band is just very impressive.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but yeah, time for rating. Yeah, you want to start?
I'll start. So, I wish I could compare it with many other songs, but with a little bit of the music I heard of there, this was my favorite. So just because it was so unique and very melodic. So I don't know. I think it is what it is, but I'm going to give it 9 out of 10 Marshall stacks.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
that's good. Yeah, like I said, I'm super impressed. Was nothing even close to what I expected. The melodic elements, the keyboards, and all that stuff, and the guitar solo.
Yeah.
The tone of his guitar was amazing. I really want to hear more, but I'm going to give this one 8.5 out of 10 Marshall stacks.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, because I thought before I would trash this, but no, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one time you thought you were wrong. You were wrong?
Well,
No.
one time I thought I was wrong, but I was wrong.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps up this video for Unbreakable, Lorna Shore. If you like our content and like what we do, don't forget to slap that like button, punch a notification bell, comment below, and subscribe.
And share the video with your friends and family and your enemies.
But until next time, we will catch you on the flip side.